We are set to bring you baseball from one of the crown jewels of the sport, venerable Wrigley Field in Chicago. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs. It's Cubs baseball on the show next. Garrett Richards, the California-born right-hander, is on the mound. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, guys, this will be his second start of the season. In his first start, he already got himself in the win column. He'll be looking to add to that here. And
a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2. And a good pitch there as this is swung on and missed for the first out of the ball game. A moment here to take a look at the Cincinnati Reds starting lineup in this one. Steve, what's the key in trying to stop their opponent's winning streak?
Well, they're facing a guy today that throws a lot of strikes, so you're going to have to be aggressive early in the count, but get the ball up in the zone. Shorten up a little bit, put the ball in play.
Hard hit at third. Seager gloves it. Throw gets him, 2 down. And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, when you talk about Carlos Correa, you're talking about one of the great talents in today's game. Has an elite arm, aims to be a leader in the clubhouse. He's really everything you can ask for in a shortstop.
Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Richards peers in. Here comes the 3-2. And he looks at one that misses, and that's an excellent job of making his man throw a lot of pitches as he toughs out a walk. Carlos Santana will dig in now, hoping to perhaps make him pay for the 2-out walk. Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball.
That big curveball is not an easy one to take on an 0-2 count. That's a great job of holding on.
Started to chase there. They'll appeal it down to third, and no swing. It's ball 2. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Reds leave 1. Now the Cubbies will get their first crack. No score. Brandon McCarthy will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. What's your take on him, EK?
Yeah, Matty, he did take the loss in his last start, but he went deep into the ballgame and only allowed 2 runs. I think he'd take the same effort.
Mookie Betts will stand in. He's got that average pushing up near 300 to start the new season. Now a foul tip right into the catcher's glove as he's able to hang on for the first out. Bryce Harper will stand in, and you can see that early season average up into the high 300s now.
Well, for me, that's just really impressive for a guy his age. It's always exciting to see young players blossoming into stars right before your eyes.
Ready on 3-1. Here it comes. Lifted the other way to left center. Calling for it, Martin. 2 gone. And with that, we'll give you a look at how the Reds align defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what's the word?
Well, Matty, you remember growing up, right field wasn't a very important position. But here at this level, it's as important as any.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Nothing in the Cubby first. On to the second now. Dioner Navarro will stand in, and he is off to a dreadful start at the plate as he has not hit the ball well in April. They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out. Set to get his evening at the plate started, Brandon Guyer, batting just a notch below 300 so far on the season. And a swing and a miss as they caught him reaching that time, and there are 2 away. Everett Cabrera will dig in now, and he's got to be wondering when his bat's going to make the trip north from spring training as he has really struggled in the early going. Right at the third baseman, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Reds. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Anthony Rizzo will stand in, and you see the slow start by the numbers as he's struggling to crack 200 on this new season. Chopped foul right at home plate. skied in the air to straightaway left. Moving under it, Geyer. He's got it one away.
This crowd oohs and ahs every time this guy hits a fly ball. But he didn't get all of that one, and it's pretty much a can of corn.
Carlos Correa will stand in, and that average has to be a source of pride for him early on. He's got it up over 350 to start the new season.
And that is huge for him, too. This is a contract year for him, so he'd love to take those great numbers straight to the negotiating table.
Under it is Martin, and that's out number 2. Kyle Schwarber gets his first chance here, looking to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Called strike 2 on the cutter, and he's behind in the count now, 1-2. Chopped toward the second baseman. A barehanded play by Harrison. He's out.
Oh, love it.
Leonis Martin is into the box as we are all set to begin the third. This is skied out toward right. Harper has a read on it. Makes the play, 1 away.
Batting ninth, the designated
Set to get his evening at the plate started, Danny Espinosa. And it's been a real struggle for him with the bat so far this year, looking to get things turned around in a hurry. Very weakly on the ground. That's a foul ball. Both teams so far yet to crack the hit column. Now a swing and a miss here as he's down on strikes, so it's 2 up, 2 down to begin the third. Gerard Dyson will dig in for a second time, a strikeout victim opening up the ball game.
You just don't like to get beat on a fastball in that situation. I got to believe they'll go right after him again.
2-2 now with 2 away and the base is empty.
Yeah, and on 1-2, when you know the guy at the plate needs to protect, that's a great spot for that curveball.
And the shortstop is under it to make the play, retiring the side. Reds are down in order. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Corey Seager will come forward to begin the inning. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
And they're still searching for a base runner. It's been 6 up, 6 down to start the game.
And the sinking fastball, called strike 3, and that's out number 1. 1 away now for Miguel Montero. Cubs to this point have yet to break into the hit column.
Montero.
Grounded to the right. Oh, look at the sliding stop. He is out.
Whew, no problem.
Byron Buxton will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Grounder down the line at third. McCarthy gets the sign. Here's the 0-2. And they'll try to bounce a curveball on 0-2, but he holds back. It's 1-2 now.
Yeah, that's the put-away curveball. A great pitch with 2 strikes. You start it in the zone and then let it work out and see if he'll chase.
Throw in time, and the side is retired. Cubs are down in order. We'll head to the fourth, still scoreless. Josh Harrison is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth. Fastball called strike, 1-2. Chop foul over towards the dugout. Broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. And the recovery's a quick one as he gets his man at first. Good composure that time to record the first out of the inning. Anthony Rendon is into the box, reached base via the walk in his first appearance. And that is swung on and missed. He's down on strikes, and the first 2 are retired here to begin inning number 4.
Now batting,
Carlos Santana digs in with his team still looking at a 0 in the hit column. Oh, good action on the 2-seamer there, and it's 1-2.
Real good lateral movement on that 2-seam fastball. That pitch is money for him when it's moving like that. So just keep on throwing it.
Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Reds. On to the bottom of the fourth now, still with no score. Mookie Betts will stand in to begin their half of the fourth, with his guys still looking for their first hit of the ball game.
And still looking for their first base runner, too. 9 up, 9 down.
Now a cutter, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
Oh, I think he'd be real happy with a leadoff walk. Something just to get things started against this guy.
And that misses for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk that starts the bottom of the fourth.
Now in a scoreless game, I've got a hunch he may get a green light here. They may want to try and get something started that way.
McCarthy comes set. The 2-2 pitch. And there he goes towards second. Lifted the other way out to left center. Geyer arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first out. So with a runner at first and one gone, time to bring in our pitch speed comparison for these two starters. And whoa, look at that for a top speed. 98 miles an hour. That man is flat dealing. Back in standing. He's running towards second. Hit hard to short. Scooped up. Throw on to first. 2 gone.
Yeah, and here with the runner who's on the move, you've got no chance of even thinking about getting the double play. So a smart idea there just to take the sure out at first.
Anthony Rizzo is at the plate now. Flied out in his first at-bat.
Well, at least he was able to get it into the outfield. And that's more than most of his teammates can say so far.
Hit hard on the ground to second. Oh, look at Harrison. It's in time.
No way. That was awesome.
3 thumbs up here in the booth following this gorgeous play at second base. Back with more on our Wednesday night showcase right after this. Deoner Navarro heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
Well, they still don't have any runs on the board yet, so getting this leadoff man on base would be huge.
And the leadoff man gone now to start the 5th.
The first thing a pitcher does when he walks out of the tunnel here at Wrigley, he'll take a look at those flags and see which way they are blowing. I mean, this place, it can play like 2 totally separate ballparks from one day to the next.
Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. A little low. It's 2-2. All right, 4 scoreless innings in the books. What's it going to take to push across our first run?
Well, I think both pitchers have really dominated so far. This is where getting the leadoff guy on is so key. You know, get the pitcher into the stretch, get him out of his comfort zone, then maybe your offense can go from there.
And he struck him out, and that's 8 strikeouts thus far. A look at our line score to this point, and I'm almost certainly jinxing things by pointing it out, but it's worth mentioning that 0 in the hit column through 2 outs here in the 5th. Now a ball hit high in the air and deep down the line in left. But this will land foul just shy of the wall. And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this will land foul. And he tried to hold up that time. We'll get an appeal down to third, and no swing. It's ball 3. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Harper has it in his tracks, and that's the 3rd out. Reds are down and ordered. Halfway home, still no score. Carlos Correa comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, they still aren't even on the board yet, so this leadoff guy needs to get on so they can manufacture a run.
Grounded back up the middle. To his left, Cabrera. Throw on to first, and 1 shortstop grounds out to the other, 1 away.
The designated hitter.
Kyle Schwarber stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out.
Well, I think it was a sinker that he rolled over last time up, and he's probably going to see that same pitch again. You got to wait for a mistake up in the zone against a guy like this.
McCarthy looks in. 2-2 on its way home. Liner toward right center, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Oh, just a great swing right there. This is a cut fastball, which it'll work back toward a left-handed hitter. He just squares this ball up and rips it into right field.
Into the box now, Corey Seager. And here's a curveball that just about got away as it misses inside for a ball.
And even on 0-2, you don't want guys to get into a comfort level up there.
Drilled right back up the middle, and that finds its way through for a base hit.
7 straight games with a base hit now, and that's a solid week or so of swinging the bat with some authority.
So first and second with one man gone, and stepping in now is the catcher, Miguel Montero. Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. Drilled to the right side. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield. And they'll hold that runner at third as everybody moves up a base, and they're loaded with one away.
And you can see the pitching coach heading for the mound, and this is nothing more than just trying to reassure your guy and give him a chance to compose himself. And he's been great so far, so there's no reason to think that he can't work out of this.
Here it comes, 0-2. Left side. Rendon is there. There's Harrison for one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. A golden opportunity to get on the board. Here goes for naught. Back for more from the north side. Leonis Martin makes his way to the box to lead us off in the 6th inning.
Still pretty early, but they don't have any hits yet, so you need to get it going offensively.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Smoked the other way, high and deep to left. Buxton going back on it. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
Settling in now, Danny Espinoza, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Richards gets the sign. Here's the 1-2. Struck him out, and he becomes the 9th strikeout victim thus far. Gerard Dyson will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out, 0 for 2 thus far. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. No runs, no hits, and no errors in the game for Cincinnati thus far. Now a hard liner toward short, but this will find the shortstop's glove for the 3rd out of the inning. 1-2-3 go the Reds, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. Mookie Betts will get settled in here as the Cubs look to get it going in their half of the 6th.
And you know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact, and he can run.
And he lays off for a ball, 2-1. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
2-2 count. Here it comes. Look out. Don't want to hit him there. It's full 3-2. I think he took a little exception to that location.
Yeah, and so would I if I was down there. If you want to work inside, that's fine. But once you get up over the letters and closer to my head, now we're talking about a different story.
And a close play at first, but a great stretch that time as they get him by a step for out number 1. And it doesn't look like the manager fully agrees with that out call at first. It appears he may opt to challenge it and have the play reviewed.
Yeah, he may, Matt, but I'm sure he's going to wait for word from the guys in the dugout. And as we see it again, man, I can't tell for sure if he indeed was out.
And that's a thumbs up from the bench, so they will challenge the call on the field. So the umpires on replay duty in Manhattan will now review the play from all available angles in order to make the final decision.
The Cubs have decided to challenge.
So here's one last look at the replay. There has to be indisputable evidence in order to rule the runner safe. And boy, I tell you what, I just don't see it here. I'd be pretty surprised that this challenge works out for him in this case.
And the review process appears to be coming to an end, so here comes the decision. And he is indeed out at first as originally called. So they lose the challenge and the ability to use any further challenges for the rest of the game. Standing in now, Bryce Harper. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
You figure he should get something good to hit here. They don't want to walk him and put him on for the heart of the order.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Line drive to center field. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night.
Oh my goodness, this guy is really starting to heat up now. That's 8 straight games with a base hit. He's been fun to watch.
Mike Trout will try it again. 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground ball thus far.
Well, guys, if you split the difference between the fly ball and the grounder he's put in play, you got...
And hold on there. That's not going to get him in there with the stolen base.
And when you're still searching for your first extra base hit of the game, this will work as a nice substitute. He's into second with the old single and a stolen base routine.
Two balls and a strike. Here it is. Hit hard up the middle. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit. And he's safe.
We knew this game wouldn't stay nothing forever. Now, here in the 6th inning, the question will be, can they add on?
Anthony Rizzo steps in with 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good inning here so far, so we'll see if they can scratch another run across right here.
Tap fouled at home plate. Runners on first with 1 down. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. Rendon able to put it away, and that's out number 2. Carlos Correa stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. Throw over to the bag. A dive, but he's back. And now a right-hander's begun to loosen up in the Cincinnati bullpen. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch. Pitch outside, the throw. He's in there easily as the throw bounces on the way down.
And that may have been an out-and-out guess right there. He had to figure they weren't going to throw over twice in a row, so he's running on first movement, and he makes it to second base safely.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game, and that misses, ball 4, so it's first and second now with 2 out. Kyle Schwarber strides in now, and we'll see if he can come through with 2 on and 2 out here in the 6th.
Well, there's still a lot of this game left, but it is starting to get late. This is a big opportunity that they don't want to let slip away.
Looking to minimize the damage here. A little early, and now it's even at 2 and 2. 2 men are on with 2 men out. Hit hard back up the middle, and that's through into center field. Base hit around third and being waved on home. And he's going to score with ease as the throw will be too late.
That's a good approach right there with 2 away. He's just going to shorten up the stroke and take it right back up the middle. That'll be good enough to get the job done and pick up the 2-out RBI.
Here comes Brian Price now out of the Reds dugout on his way to the mound. And that'll be all she wrote for Brandon McCarthy. Hector Neris will trot in from the bullpen as he inherits a tough spot with 2 on and 2 out. And he'll get back in standing.
Keeping him close.
Into the box, Corey Seager. Up high, 2-1 now. Ground ball sent back up the middle. A diving try, but it's through into the outfield. The throw to the plate, and they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Oh, just a great approach there to get him an RBI on the base hit. And with the way their guys throwing the ball, 3 runs might be enough to do it.
Miguel Montero will step in now with 3 home in the inning and another 2 men out there on base.
This inning's really starting to unravel quickly from a defensive point of view. This is where you need a nice pop-up in a big way.
Has to be thinking strikeout here. Late making contact on that swing, and will do it again on 1 and 2. Ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. Smoke toward the hole. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. And a good throw will wind up holding that runner at third, so the bases become loaded now with 2 gone.
Well, for a relief pitcher, he hasn't given him a whole lot of relief. That's back-to-back singles now since he showed up, and he's in a heck of trouble now.
Stepping in now, Byron Buxton. And, ooh, he's really given some leeway on the outside edge here. 2 and 2 now.
Yeah, definitely taken all the way. Not a bad idea with the bases loaded.
And this misses, so it'll set up a big pitch coming up. It's full 3 and 2.
Now, you can't think corner or perfect pitch here on the mound. This has got to be somewhere near the middle, and you just got to hope you get lucky.
Looped over toward first. 1 run is scored. The run scores from second. Now a 5-0 lead.
Now batting. Second
Coming to the
baseman.
plate again, Mookie Betts, as he'll bat for the 2nd time in the inning. 2-2, here it is. And a full count as that misses. It's 3 and 2 now. Would you say he's not really finishing his pitches at this point?
That's a good way to put it. It looks like he's aiming a little too much, and that's not working for him.
And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Another good inning for the Cubs here, and you don't need me to tell you that these folks don't need much of a reason to have a good time. On to the back. Welcome back here to the historic friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Getting set for the 7th now with the Cubs out in front, and before the inning gets underway, let's get a look at our game summary to this point. And here's a ball hit in the air. A quick out number 1.
Third baseman, number
And
6.
for you at home, all I'm going to do is direct your attention to the hits column right there. It is what it is here in the 7th inning.
Anthony Rendon will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ballgame so far. Hit to third. Seager is up with it. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Well, you could see this building even from the first couple of innings. He still has not allowed a hit, and I think he'll certainly have enough to go the distance if so required.
Hit hard down the line toward the coaching box. It's a foul ball. And he struck him out to retire the side, so he's through 7 complete, still working on a masterpiece. Reds are down in order. They can't chip into that 5-0 deficit. Spencer Patton will come on out of the bullpen as he'll be appearing in his 3rd game this season.
Spencer Patton.
Bryce Harper steps in. He scored after reaching on a single his last time up.
And I think we mentioned it already, but that extended his hitting streak. Swinging a hot bat right now.
And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3 and 2. One thing that man right there will not tolerate, leadoff walks.
Especially right out of the bullpen. This might be a quick outing if that happens.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. He's set. Here's the 3 and 2. Hit well on the ground to first. And he'll take this to the bag of 3 unassisted for the first out.
The center fielder.
Mike Trout steps in after hitting an RBI single his last time around. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And there's ball 2 now.
When you start that pitch off the edge, so most guys know well enough to lay off. You've got to start it on the edge if you want him to chase.
On a good pitch there, had him stretching to get out there, and it's 2-2 now.
He showed him that slider running away 2 times in a row. Now might be a good time to call on that two-seamer running in.
A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Geyer is there, 2 down.
First baseman number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo will stand in now, hoping to get on track as they've been able to neutralize his power out of the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 thus far. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Santana in foul ground. And nope, this one falls, so he'll get another shot. Ready with the 1-2. Fly ball out toward left center field. Geyer moves over, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs, but they hold a 5-0 lead. Leading off the inning, Dioner Navarro, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Still no hits on the board for these guys, and we are seeing some great pitching in this one.
And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2.
A little conviction behind that fastball.
Now a swing and a fly ball. Buxton giving chase, and they can't run it down. On the ground to the right side. Betts comes up with it. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
Left fielder.
Standing in, Brandon Geyer. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Well, you know, it never feels good to go down on strikes, especially looking. I wouldn't be surprised to see him be a little more aggressive in this at-bat.
Got him. 4 outs away from his date with history.
Now batting. Shortstop.
Well, in case you're just tuning in, you've missed a lot of these so far. 11 for him in the contest all told, as he just continues to mow down the opposing lineup here late into the ball game. Everett Cabrera will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Buxton is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Reds. Need to get it going soon. It's 5-0. Carlos Correa digs in to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Here's the 1-1. 1-2 as he chases the slider. Just inside, not by much. It's 2-2. All even at 2-2. Here it is. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning. Now we'll look at our starter comparison for the 2 starting pitchers, and these home fans have been treated to a real gem, as evidenced by that big oval-shaped number in the hit column on the right side of your screen. And he gives this one a pretty good ride down the left field line. And it, in fact, lands in the corner, foul. And another foul ball. One and two, here it comes. This is pulled into right. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
And that's one of those plays where you might need to reinforce the laces on your glove after this inning ends. This is a fastball, and it is hammered. I mean smoked. But he ends up with nothing, and his average is going to go down.
Into the box now, Corey Seager. Lifted in the air to straightaway center. Martin on the move. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. Cubs are down in order as they're unable to add to their 5-0 lead. Back here in Chicago with a great view of downtown as we're set here to start the 9th inning from Wrigley Field. Striding in to start the 9th, Leonys Martin, and they'll need him to get something going here.
And so far in this one, they're still getting shut out. So this leadoff at-bat could be huge if he can just get on base because they've been held in check all game.
Trout is there, 1 away.
That's a big one there to start the 9th. 2 outs away now. You can cut the tension in this building with a knife.
Danny Espinosa will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ballgame so far. Chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2-2 now. Struck him out. So now just one man stands between he and his no-hitter.
Oh, and this crowd is really going to be up and into it now. 1 out to go. Man, this is awesome.
Richards is ready. 3-0 on its way. And he looks at ball 4 now. So he's aboard, and you always have to worry about the threat of the steal when he's on base.
The batter, number 15.
Josh Harrison will dig in now as perhaps the final man to stand in the way of possible history here tonight.
Yep, 1 more out, and he's going to be in the record books forever. Now, you got to control your emotions and focus right here.
So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Oh, and that is just heartbreaking right there. And I don't care which side you're on. You got to feel for the guy. 8 2/3 no-hit innings, and with the finish line in sight, it all comes crashing to an end.
Anthony Rendon will stand in now, and on the mound with the no-hitter a thing of the past, the focus has to turn to finishing this one off.
Yeah, they'll let him keep going to try to maybe get that one-hit shutout. But he's got to be careful to avoid a letdown right here because he's not home yet.
On his way toward the mound now is skipper Joe Madden. And we're going to see a pitching change as that's going to do it for his starter here tonight. And there's a swing and a miss, so the Reds are down to their final strike.
Yeah, he was trying to do something dramatic right there, but when you think about it, at this point in the ballgame, all you need is base runners.
Started to go. Did he hold up in time? Yes, says the first base umpire. It's ball 3 now. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Well, here we go. Tack another one onto that winning streak. They've now got it up to 6 in a row, and it's not looking like this hot spell's going to end anytime soon.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he really came through with a dominating pitching performance. You see there, 12 strikeouts, and that doesn't even tell the whole story. That was as good as I've ever seen him pitch.
So that's a wrap here tonight. Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, Matt Vasgersian, you've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Facebook at MLB The Show. The Cubs win this one 5-0. Good night from Chicago.
Here now is the final line score tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 5 runs on 9 hits. No errors. They left 6 men on base.
Now from the windy city of Chicago, there's a beautiful look at fabled Wrigley Field. Tonight we wrap up this 3-game series between the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs. Cubs baseball starts right now. Luis Severino gets the starting nod for the Cubs in this one. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, this will be his second start of the season. In his first start, he already got himself in the win column. He'll be looking to add to that here.
Gerard Dyson will stand in here, and like so many others, hitless in the shutout last night.
Well, when you're hitting under 200 for the season, games like yesterday are going to happen on a regular basis.
Hit out of play, and it's a full count now. Count is full. Here's the pitch. Grounded up the first baseline, but this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. Liner toward right center. And that finds the outfield grass for a base hit.
He's around second now, and they still haven't gotten to this thing. Around third and being waved on home.
And he is in there.
And you can pretty much see this starting to set up out there right about when he hit first base. Remember, this guy can absolutely fly. So he just put his head down and he said, I ain't stopping. And he makes it all the way around to score for the inside the park home run.
Standing in now, Josh Harrison. And that misses for ball 4.
You can't fault the pitch selection or the location there. It's well placed, maybe just a hair off the outside corner. But 3-2, that's where you want to be.
Stepping in now, Anthony Rendon. And he lays off there, ball 4. So back-to-back walks have him in business here with nobody out. Carlos Santana will stand in, hoping to get things turned around here in April as he enters play with an average down in the 220s. A quick out number 1. A moment here to take a look at the Cincinnati Reds starting lineup in this one. Steve, what do they have to do to take down a very hot team here on the road?
Well, I think what they need is a little bit more consistency from the middle of that order. They need production with runners in scoring position.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, when you talk about a position that requires arm strength, right field is one of those.
And the right fielder is there to make the catch, and the inning is over. So just the 1 hit in the inning, but it's a home run that pushes him out in front. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. It's the Reds 1, the Cubs coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Jeff Neiman gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. What do you have for us on him, EK?
He threw a real gem in his last game. Complete game shutout. He'll look to repeat that kind of performance here.
And he takes ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here as they're trying to get that run right back here in the first. Bryce Harper will stand in, and that average has to be a source of pride for him early on. He's got it up over 350 to start the new season.
And that is huge for him, too. This is a contract year for him, so he'd love to take those great numbers straight to the negotiating table.
And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
Oh, you talk about being comfortable at the plate. That's the way he's feeling it right now. 9 straight games with that base hit now.
So striding in, Mike Trout, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. Hit hard to short, reined in. There's Harrison for 1. On to first, in time to take care of Trout, a double play.
First baseman
Anthony Rizzo will stand in. He is off to a dreadful start at the plate as he has not hit the ball well in April. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. After it is Martin. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. So it's 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. Everett Cabrera will dig in now, and he's got to be wondering when his bat's going to make the trip north from spring training, as he has really struggled in the early going. Try to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. And he looks at a cold strike 3 as the cut fastball's in there, and that's out number 1. Striding into the box, Leonys Martin. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Drilled on the ground to short. He's got it. And they will not get him at first as he's able to leg out the throw. Danny Espinosa takes his first shot here with the runner at first now and 1 away. Chopped foul right at home plate. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. Gerard Dyson. Remember, he led off the ball game with that inside the park home run. Lifted in the air out to left. Moving under it, Betts, and the inning is over. Reds leave 1. We'll go to the bottom of the second, tied at 1. Carlos Correa will dig in now, and as you can see, he's well over 300 here to start this new campaign. Hot shot on the ground to short. Cabrera is up with it. Throw on to first, and 1 shortstop grounds out to the other, 1 away. Alex Rodriguez will stand in, and you can see that early season average up into the high 300s now. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away. Kyle Schwarber will get his first shot here. A couple of hits in 4 trips last night. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. And this ball is crushed deep down the right field line. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Hit sharply toward the right side. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon.
It wasn't just that he was getting fastballs there. He was getting hittable fastballs. This catches a ton of the plate, and he turns it around for a solid single.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Some of our nation's young minds and future. Josh Harrison is into the box as we are all set to begin the third. 2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. High and deep to left center field. Back goes Betts at the track. And a leaping effort at the wall, but it's in vain. A home run. So a solo shot here to left center field, and the Reds now take a 2-1 lead. Into the box, Anthony Rendon. 1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there.
And this is exactly what he does so well. He'll make you so convinced that you're going to see a fastball, and then he's going to go the other way on you.
Protecting with 2 strikes, went out of the zone that time, but he stays alive.
Nope,
and a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2.
Yeah, that's a great pitch on 1 and 2. You start it in the zone, and hopefully you'll get that guy thinking he needs to protect. Turned out to be a good take.
Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called. 1 away.
Boy, and just a great call that time to turn to the changeup. That's one of those at the plate where you don't even wait for the umpire to make the call. You know you're a goner.
Wisely lays off the cut fastball there. It's 2-1. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. And this is swung on and missed. His 5th strikeout already, and there are 2 gone in the inning. Deonder Navarro is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
2 out, nobody on. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2. And a fastball misses there, ball 4. Brandon Guyer is at the plate now, flied out in his first at-bat.
Brandon Guyer.
Cut fastball, and there's strike 2. A runner on first with 2 away. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Around third and being waved on home. And a relay home. And he's safe. Into the box, Everth Cabrera, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
And we all know he's a much better hitter from the other side.
And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And Franco will make the catch to retire the side. So it's 2. Corey Seager will stand in, and as you can see the big number there, he's up over 400 to begin the campaign.
And not bad for a second baseman. There are some good ones, but second base isn't typically where you'd expect to have one of your best hitters.
And that is in there at the letters to run it full 3-2. High in the air out to center field. Martin is under it. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Now batting, left fielder
Mookie Betts will stand in for a second time. He drew a base on balls to lead off the home first. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Heading out towards shallow right. Dyson moves over, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. Bryce Harper is the batter. Got a base hit in his first trip.
And I think we mentioned it already, but that extended his hitting streak. Swinging a hot bat right now.
Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Third inning here. 3-1 our score. Popped high in the air. Rendon calls for it. And that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They still trail it here 3-1. Leonys Martin is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
He just keeps getting himself into trouble out there. Here's another guy that you've got to make swing the bat.
And another foul ball. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Very weakly on the ground. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes.
This is turning into a great battle at the plate.
And that's taken high for a ball. It's full now, 3-2.
Yeah, and that's not the pitch you want to throw on 2-2. I mean, that was so high, he didn't even have to think about swinging at it.
Hot shot toward third, and a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning. So with the leadoff man at first, time to jump back a half century or so as we call on today's version of this date in baseball history. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side, and taken in out there for the first out. Gerard Dyson strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Fastball is taken for a strike, and he runs it full 3-2. Oh, and he turns another one around here. And his fine ball game will continue. Give him another home run. So a 2-run shot to left center, his second of the game, as they stretch the lead to 5-1.
Well, it seems to me like we've seen this before. His second home run of the ball game, and it would seem to me that he hit that one harder than he did the last one, so he's definitely locked in.
Into the box now, Josh Harrison. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. You know, you start to worry that maybe this already has the makings of a short outing.
And that's not what that man right there wants to hear. He'd hate to have to make a change this early, but he might have to.
Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. All even at 2-2. Here it is. And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2.
Boy, nothing's really come easy for him so far on the mound. He's had to work for everything, and now he's got to deal with another full count.
And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting,
Anthony Rendon stands in. Was locked up on strike 3 in his last trip.
It's always tough to go down looking, but the thing I remember about his last at-bat is that he really made the pitcher work. He saw a bunch of pitches, and that's a bigger deal than a lot of people realize.
A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. But the Reds do push across a couple on this 2-run home run. Bottom of the fourth coming up. It's the Reds 5 and the Cubs 1. Mike Trout is set to lead us off in the home half of the fourth inning.
And you know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact, and he can run.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Nope. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Hit sharply on the ground to the left. Oh, what a stop. Not in time.
Oh, love the effort, though.
Almost got him after the great stop, but it's a base hit, and the leadoff man's on to start the inning. In now, Anthony Rizzo. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Harrison has it. Cabrera for one. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out.
Well, you kind of thought maybe he'd be running over there at first base. He had a few pitches to think about it and kind of time the move. But by not going, he winds up getting taken off the bases entirely here on the double play.
And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning.
A lot of righty pitchers will throw that two-seamer to right-handed hitters. Make sure that pitch gets inside instead of staying out over the plate. That one ran just a little too much to catch the point.
So a runner at first with 2 away, and that'll bring the dangerous Alex Rodriguez to the plate. Runner goes for second. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. Santana is going to have room as he puts it away right in front of the dugout. Alex Colomé is going to take over here in inning number 5 as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep him in the game here. Carlos Santana will stand in now. He flew out in his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time. Trout looks up. Gone! Oye como va. It's a solo home run for Carlos Santana. And it's now a 6-1 ball game.
About the only silver lining to this one from a defensive point of view is it came with the bases empty leading off an inning. You can survive it when this guy's hitting solo shots, but if he's doing this with 2 or 3 men on base, then things can really get out of hand in a hurry.
Late making contact on that swing, and we'll do it again on 1 and 2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Ooh, there's a tough one to take right there on a 1-2 pitch, especially after fighting off so many pitches leading up to that one.
And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2. Keeps fighting him off. The 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Hit hard to the right side. Foul. That ball's headed for the gap in left center. He's got a base hit, possibly more. Around first, on his way to second now. And he's in there safely. He's got a double. Brandon Guyer steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Swing and a liner, but this is a foul ball. And they come inside with the fastball, but it misses here, and it's back to 2-2. Where do you go from here?
I think he's set up for something off speed. If you can put that changeup below his knees, he won't come within a foot of it.
And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full. Here's a fastball that's wrapped out to left center, and this is going to get down for a base hit. Around third and being waved on home. The runner from second crosses the plate. It's now 7-1. Everett Cabrera will stand in. He struck out and popped out in 2 trips.
Well, not a great start at the plate. We'll see if he can get something to drive right here.
Runners on the move for second. Pitch outside. The throw. Short hop, but they got him. Great pick and tag to catch him trying to steal. Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. And, ooh, he's really given some leeway on the outside edge here. 2-2 now.
A little conviction behind that fastball.
Chop foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. Looked like the cut fastball there, and he got him to swing through it for the second out. Into the box now, Leonys Martin. He singled his last time up.
Leonys Martin.
And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now.
Yeah, the velocity's good here, but I'm not so sure about the location.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. So 2 runs on 3 hits, including the home run. No errors, and no one left. Home. Kyle Schwarber will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the 5th. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
Geyer has to retreat a bit, but he gets there for out number 1.
And, you know, it's pretty safe to say that anytime you give a guy 7 runs of support here in the first half of a ball game, he's probably going to be okay out there. And he gets the first out of this inning here.
Hit to short. Backhanded. On to first, and there were 2 down.
Well, this ball's hit pretty sharply here towards the hole, but then you see he's able to backhand this thing and then use that cannon he's got to fire it across the diamond and get his man.
And he'll try to hold back the swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike. Oh, and he leaves the fastball up there. Mistaken location. He is going to pay for it dearly as that ball is sent over the wall. A home run. So a solo shot here to left center field, and it's a 7-2 game now.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Geyer sprinting after it, and that ends the inning. But the Cubs do get one back on. Adam Warren will get the call here as he'll start the 6th inning on the mound. Danny Espinoza will stride in as he'll lead things off here in the Cincinnati 6th. And a bouncing ball, foul. Swing and a line drive, but foul. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first down. Jarrod Dyson will stand in looking for home run number 3 as we take you back to inning number 4. And this was his 2nd home run of the game as he's been dialed in so far in this one. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen. Josh Harrison will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, let's flash you back to the 3rd inning. This was just a solo shot, but it definitely helped get this offense going. Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. Chopped foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Outside and a full count, 3-2. And this is taken low for ball 4, and they'll have themselves a 2-out base runner here after all. Anthony Rendon will dig in now, hoping to perhaps make him pay for the 2-out walk. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Just inside, not by much. It's 2-2.
You can see where they...
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. 1 left for... Bryce Harper will stand in. He singled and popped out in his first 2 at-bats. 1-1, here it comes. Pulled toward right center field. And this is taken in just shy of the warning track for out number 1.
You can't underestimate how important a start this is when your team's on a losing streak. He has been phenomenal. And it's all thanks to him that they've got a good shot at ending this thing.
Got him. Anthony Rizzo will dig in. He's flown out and hit into a double play in 2 trips. Ready now with the payoff pitch. Line to the right side. Dyson is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Cubs are down. Carlos Santana will stand in yet again as we flash you back to the middle innings. This was a turning point here. A solo home run that was really one of the key at-bats of the ball game to this point. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
Well, when you have a guy 2-2, you can throw something out of the zone, try and get him to chase. But when it's that far below the strike zone,
it becomes a lot easier to lay off.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Betts has a read on it. 1 out.
The catcher, number 30.
Deoner Navarro steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the 2nd out. Brandon Guyer ready for another at-bat now. He's 2 for 3 so far. And here's a ball hit in the air. Schwarber has a play, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Leading off the inning, Carlos Correa. And they'll need him to get something going here.
Boy, they've got some work to do here, but there's still a lot of time left in this game. So just chip away, chip away.
2 balls and a strike. Here it is. Skied into straightaway right. Dyson is in his tracks now. 1 gone. So the leadoff man gone here, and they'll face A-Rod with the bases empty. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
Swing and a miss by A-Rod, so he becomes a strikeout victim here. Kyle Schwarber will dig in now. A single and a flyout for him in 2 trips thus far.
And you know, I think he's had a good approach in each of his first 2 at-bats. He seems to be seeing the ball well and putting some decent swings on it.
Got him swinging in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. Everth Cabrera will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so with the same pitcher still out there. Seems he's earned himself another inning.
I think that's a definite vote of confidence, but he's done a nice job since coming in, so you might as well ride that hot hand.
That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now. In tight with the slider. 2-2. And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game. And a look there at the starter comparison, telling the story of the ball game. One guy still going and pitching well. The other one long since departed for the showers. Pulled high in the air out to right field. There to take it in is Harper, and there are 2 away now. Danny Espinosa ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Reds are down in order. They're on top 7-2. Maikel Franco will stand in to start out their half of the 8th with that starter still out there, and he's definitely been a tough nut to crack.
No, he's been dominant all game long, and I think part of it is that he got himself a nice lead early on, and that's allowed him to not really worry about making a mistake. He's been free and easy the whole way through.
And that misses 2-2. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
Yeah, it's a good battle to start this inning. That's what you like to see when you've got a guy out there that's getting up there in the pitch count.
Swing and a liner, but this will be foul. Fastball got him looking, as that had 2-seam action on it. 1 gone. Corey Seager comes forward now. A home run in his last at-bat.
Well, that was a fastball that he hit then, so we'll see if they go after him with hard stuff again.
And that's over. 3-1. That's in there, and it'll run the count to full. 3-2. 2 runs, 5 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Running hard. He's digging for second. And he's not stopping. He wants 3. Throw won't get him. Mookie Betts will stand in for the 4th time now. Still looking for his first hit of the ball game.
And he's not the only one either. This has been a great pitching performance so far, and they've had these guys chasing their tails all game long.
Oh, and he was fooled that time on the pitch away as he went around for strike 2. To short, hit hard. Cabrera scoops it up. Throw will get him for the second out, but meanwhile the run is in to score from third.
Right fielder number
Bryce Harper bats now and will try to start over with the bases empty and 2 away following the RBI ground out.
And all he's looking for right now is a pitch that he can drive somewhere. You got to get him.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end. Back here in Chicago with a great view of downtown as we're set here to start the 9th inning from Wrigley Field. Ken Giles will come on now to start the 9th inning as he looks to keep this deficit right where it is for the bottom of the 9th. Gerard Dyson stands in again here with 2 home runs already to his name in this one. In there, a base hit. Not in time, and he's in there with a double. Josh Harrison is set to take some more swings. He homered back in the 3rd inning. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out. Stepping in, Anthony Rendon. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. And he struck him out again. So that's the old sombrero there, partner. 4 strikeouts in the ballgame.
Carlos Santana.
And the runner's breaking for third. Not nearly in time as he takes third easily. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 1 hit, 1 left. Heart of the order. Liam Hendriks will come on in relief as he'll make his 2nd appearance of the season so far.
Liam Hendriks.
Striding in to start the 9th, Mike Trout, and they'll need him to get something going here. Tap fouled at home plate. Swing and a liner, but that's a foul ball. Swing and a miss, and that'll get a groan from the home supporters here. 1 away. Jeurys Familia will come on here. Not a save situation, but he'll try to close it out nonetheless.
Rizzo.
A good movement bearing in. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he was trying to do something dramatic right there, but when you think about it, at this point in the ball game, all you need is base runners.
Throw on to first gets him, and that means the Cubs are down to their final out now.
Now batting, the shortstop.
Carlos Correa makes his way to the plate, needing to make something happen. They're down to their final out in the 9th inning.
That's not looking too good for him anymore, but you know what? There's no clock in this sport, and that's for good reason. You've got to fight for all 27 outs.
And he'll make the catch there to end it, and the Reds will put an end to their 3-game skid as this ball game is over.
And you know what? I don't care who you're playing. You know, it's never easy to go out on the road and win any game. So that was a great effort by them in every phase of the game.
And quite a lot of offense in this one, but if we had to highlight one guy that made the difference, there he is. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he connected on a couple of long home runs. Really put his guys on his back and carried them to the victory.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Reds win this one 7-3. Good night from Chicago.
The final line score for our ball game tonight for the victorious Cincinnati Reds.